I'm going to hand over to Tobias, who's taking us into a quick walk through Firetail. And it's been posting some great tutorials and information about this tool, data visualization and management tool for, annotation tool for tracking data, right? Yeah, you've been posting some great stuff on WILDLABS, so I was really curious to just hear more about what it is and get a quick look through. So over to you.
Okay, so I will try. So I will try to share the screen. Yeah. Can you see things? Can you see my screen?
Sorry, I thought I had my yes. We can see. Yeah.
A second. Can you see it?
Yeah. Well, we saw it before, and now we can see Zoom.
Okay, now it's done. Okay. Weird. Oh, okay. No.
There you go. Yeah, you're good.
Okay. Obviously, I cannot get rid of this. Okay. So, thank you for the kind introduction. I'm glad to have the possibility to present you a short primer on Firetail today. So, Firetail is done by my company, by Schoffel-Berger, where I am for a couple of years now. So it was originally invented by Matthias Berger here at Schoffel-Berger in Unterhaching, a few kilometers from Munich Center in Germany. So, and a side project or another project of ours, a key project is, of course, like the MoveBank database that's hosted at the Max Planck Institute of Animal Behavior. So Firetail is kind of a spin-off of that. So we have been collaborating with very closely with the fantastic Sarah Davidson and Martin Wikelski on this. And so we're pretty proud that most of what you see nowadays on MoveBank as it exists today and maintained is maintained and developed by our team at Schoffel-Berger. And we're really grateful to be a part of this incredible resource. Also part of the Icarus team, targeted the satellite tags, and in general, the Schoffel-Berger is providing a couple of tools for research and infrastructure. So, but let me just now focus on the Firetail idea and the core Firetail workflow. So, you know that when it comes to modern tag data, that the amount of data has grown incredibly. It's really, really awesome. Some data sets would include several gigabytes of data for just a few weeks of observations. And apart from the mere quantity of data, we also see many more types of data. So the amount of data captured by this current tags is pretty much on par with some high-end smartphones nowadays. And in general, of course, just packed and much more dense in the small devices. So what we obtain for the sensors is quite a bit more. So actually, we record speed, we record air pressure, water pressure, temperature, altitude, acceleration data, high resolution orientation data, where you can actually see, for example, in thermic conditions, how the bird moves, how the acceleration shifts sideways, and things like this in terms of IMU, inert magnetic unit data. And so, and also, of course, we got pretty used to this, but it's still amazing how we collect these incredible dense and high density GPS data, and very reliably across several years. So it's really something that Firetail is designed for, to interactively inspect this kind of data. So usually the workflow is like you upload the data to some persistent storage solution like MoveBank, and Firetail is then able to like visualize, analyze, and annotate, which is a very crucial aspect to me, most of the tag sensors out of the box from MoveBank, or you can also load it directly from the hard drive, which is a thing which can be useful when you're doing field work, for example, and you're cut off the internet for several weeks. So you can inspect your data directly via connecting your devices to the field laptop, just inspect your data immediately. So when you open Firetail, you will see roughly this view. So you have on the in the center viewport, you have your data, GPS data, see your individual tracks, select time, and you can then select time windows and inspect the locations. This is something that is pretty common, but the core idea of Firetail is that all this data is pretty much timestamped. That means we can synchronize all the available data. And in Firetail, you can interactively inspect the data sets in a complete context. You see all the annotations, acceleration data, sensor data, activity data synchronized in one place. And so to say, in a very merged view. And of course, one key feature is that you can annotate GPS and acceleration data by selecting regions and by defining categories and plug these categories into groups. So, and of course, there are numerous aspects that I cannot cover today. So, but there's a free edition that you can download with a couple of sample projects available, and you can play around with it. Have a look at our YouTube tutorials also. But one particular feature I want to show you, because I stressed it for now, and this is the machine learning annotation framework that we call Firesum. It's built around a self-organizing map core, and this workflow can assist you when you're annotating large-scale data, large-scale acceleration data, in a way that it provides you with a segmentation of your acceleration data. So what you get is a set of predicted categories that reflect the patterns that live in your measurements. So then Firetail provides you with a set of tools, a set of refinement tools, and you can come up with a prediction that spans the complete data set, which is, from my perspective, a great way to work towards annotation gold standards, which I find do not exist in a way that we can use them for example, large-scale machine learning applications at the moment. So, for example, our peers over at the MPI-AB, they will use Firesum for the annotation of a few hundred animals this fall. So we will likely extend this feature quite a bit then, and take all the things that we learn from this project and integrate this into the Firesum workflow, everything that we learn in the course of this project. So, so that's basically everything I wanted to show you from Firetail today. So, and I hope it could give you a few ideas of how Firetail works. If we have time, we could do a live demo, but we'll talk about this. And it would be interesting to see how you can improve your work with MoveBank and tag data, whether you get the feedback, which is crucial for us to actually integrate, that the community feedback comes back to us. So there are also a few things that are in our pipeline, like a reporting framework or improved annotation workflows, and of course, what I stressed for the evaluation tools and the establishing of gold standards there. So if you happen to have data that is suited for this kind of evaluation and you wish to push forward things, we'll be happy to get in touch there. So that's our request to the community. Yeah, get in touch, tell us what you need, tell us the challenges, and if that sounds interesting to you, just contact me. Otherwise, let us know about the requirements. Yeah, like more data sources, more maps, audio, video support, other visuals, and other tech manufacturers as well. We also supply support for custom tech. Contact us. Yeah.
Awesome. So, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Tobias. I'm quite conscious of the time. We've got a 20-minute talk and a few things, but thank you so much. And everyone,
let me just say a word of thank you to the peers there, yeah, because there's I will not read them in detail, but just overall, thank you for all the teams that have contributed to the development of Firetail.
Awesome. So everyone, if you would like, thank you for that run through, Tobias. Everyone, if you'd like us to make space for a more detailed run through demo, drop a message in the chat or comment on WILDLABS on any of the articles Tobias has been posting, and we can organize that. And if you've got questions for Tobias, just drop them in the chat and you can pick them up now.